And there came a day unlike any other, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Comics Daily from Scorcher Hill, hosted by Brian Kieron and Matt Wood. From Scorcher Hill, this is Star Wars Comics Daily. I'm Matt Wood.
And I'm Brian Kieron.
Welcome to episode 165 of Star Wars Comics Daily, Vader Down number 1. Vader Down number 1 was released November 18th, 2015. Man, remember... sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to start the credits. What were you going to say?
I know. I was already ready to go off on a tangent. Go for it.
Okay. Story by Jason Aaron and Kieron Gillen. He's credited as a writer, Jason Aaron. I don't know exactly what that means, different than... I don't know if it's just plot and script or whatever, but he's the writer. Artist is Mike Deodato Jr. Colorist is Frank Martin Jr. Letterer is Joe Caramagna, and the cover is Mark Brooks.
Who's the colorist in this comic?
Frank Martin Jr., is that all right?
Well,
yeah.
I mean, holy cow.
I honestly think that might be a mistake. I don't remember ever seeing him with a junior at the end of his name, and Mike Deodato doesn't have a junior at the end of his name, so I think they might have mixed that up.
Oh, really? That's pretty funny.
I don't remember. It might be.
I have the colorist as Laura Martin.
Well, I mean, I have the actual comic book in my hand, so it's definitely Frank Martin Jr.
So
unless they just credited it wrong in the comic book and went back and fixed it at some point, but
this doesn't really look. I don't know if this looks like Laura Martin or not.
It's hard to tell because it's Deodato. Deodato's art is always so lush, and like it almost looks like it's not been inked.
I wonder. It's just the fact that they throw Laura Martin's name on Wikipedia that kind of throws me off. But if the comic book says Frank Martin, then it's Frank Martin.
I mean, it's certainly possible they made a mistake and Wikipedia's fixed it, but I don't see any of that in here.
And I think does Frank Martin often work with Deodato?
That's what I was going to say. I think he works with him. It seems like he was the colorist, maybe even on the Avengers stuff.
Yeah. Oh, man. Frank Martin's gotten a lot of work lately. Holy cow.
Yeah, well, he's a colorist, so if you're a good colorist, you're going to be doing a bunch of stuff.
Heck yeah. Good for him.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think this is Laura Martin, just because... I
don't think so.
I say that, and you ask me to explain how can I tell the difference. I can't.
It seems like her stuff is generally a lot lighter than this.
Yeah.
Brighter, but it could be just because it's Deodato and his stuff is dark, so I don't know.
Yeah. But when we had George from Veers Watch on earlier this week, he talked about how he liked the coloring in the issue and how there's a lot of uses of the oranges and things like that. And how it didn't necessarily look like, it did in the movie. And we get a lot of that in this comic. And I don't know if it's me missing the Bendis Assembled days. I don't know what it is. But this is a gorgeous freaking comic book.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Deodato at his strongest, I think.
Yeah.
Because we've seen some not great Deodato before, but this is not it. This is really good.
And naturally, this is the only thing Deodato ever did for as far as interiors. He's done variants, of course.
Yeah.
And boy, we'll get into the variants.
Yes, like I said, I've actually got the comic book of this, and I even looked. I have like 4 or 5 variants myself. I don't even know where I got these, but all right.
Yeah, no, they were. This comic must have sold crazy well. I have to imagine.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Can you remember November of 2015? Oof, we were excited.
What was going on?
Well, I mean, it was like a month away from The Force Awakens coming out. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, we're all Star Wars up. Yeah.
Yeah, we were all like, that John Boyega dude's got a lightsaber. What the what?
Is he gonna be a Jedi or not? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so wild. All right. Turns out he's kind of a Jedi. But let me just get into what happens in Vader Down number 1. Dr. Aphra informs Vader that Skywalker and the rebels are on Vorgus Voss. Vader heads over there in his TIE Advance. Once he exits hyperspace near the planet, he has arrived in the middle of a rebel fleet on patrol. The 3 squadrons of X-Wings pursue Vader, but the Dark Lord is able to take out most of them quite quickly. Vader implies that Aphra might have led him into a trap, which she immediately denies. Before she is able to plead her case, the comms go silent. Aphra fears that Vader might come back to punish her for what he suspects is betrayal. She decides to head to Double V with the murder droids to assist and clear her name. Back in the atmosphere of Double V, one of the X-Wings is manned by Luke Skywalker, who informs the others that Darth Vader is flying the TIE Fighter. Fearing that Vader will kill all of the rebel pilots, Luke breaks formation and crashes his X-Wing head-on into the TIE Advance. This sends both ships crashing to two separate points on the planet's surface. The Rebellion base is emptied out as soldiers plan to surround and apprehend Darth Vader. Elsewhere in space, the Rebellion fleet has learned that Vader has crashed near the base. Leia informs Jan that she will send a battalion and herself to back up the base. Han tries to talk Leia out of leaving, but, she's going to go anyway. He has Chewbacca prep the Falcon, and soon Leia, Han, and 3PO head to assist Double V. Luke leaves the crash site and walks to the nearby ruins of a Jedi temple. Meanwhile, Vader exits his crash site, takes down 3 Y-Wings using the Force, and soon finds himself surrounded by hundreds of armed rebellion soldiers. Without hesitation, he ignites his lightsaber.
All I am surrounded by is fear and dead
men. Holy cow! Oh my god!
Darth Vader is awesome in this comic book.
Yeah, this is the comic that gets it. Like make him a big scary monster. I think it's this issue that we get. I have a bad feeling about this cut off.
Yes, I love it though because 3PO is like I have a bad feeling about this, and then Triple Z, is that his triple, whatever, the murder droid is like I have a very good feeling about this.
So I'm gonna count it as 1.
Yes, I definitely counted.
Yeah. And I think we got to May the Force be with you all.
Oh, do we? I didn't even track that one. I definitely tracked the bad feeling.
It's when they empty out of the base on Double
it makes sense. Yeah.
So Vader Down, getting 2. I don't think we've had a hat trick yet.
Yeah, probably not. Although I bet some of these guys are going to get their arms cut off in the next issue.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we can't count that. So no, it's a shame.
There's some dead dudes in space, but they didn't get their arms cut off. So
yeah. Sorry, real quick though. When they empty out of the Vragas Voss Secret Rebel, and then it goes to the page where we see Han and Leia talking, the bottom panel, that image of Han, that's the Who's scruffy looking face.
Yeah. I mean,
it's Mike Deodato.
I was gonna say Mike Deodato's got that same problem that Salvador Larroca will run into eventually. Is that sometimes he's definitely using photo reference a lot.
Yeah, you got to pause the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the beginning and the whole Aphra stuff. Have you been listening to the Aphra audio drama?
I have not.
It's good. If I have one criticism, I would say they need to dial Aphra's I'm crazy and sassy. Maybe dial it just a smidge back. Because she is, sassy. And
I was getting ready to say that's kind of her character.
It is, but I do think it's certainly amplified.
Is it coming out in installments, or is it just one?
It's all 5 hours. It's 5 hour. And I will say this too. It's definitely for people that haven't read the comics, because it just recaps most of.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. Just an adaptation of her first stuff, right?
Yeah, which whatever. I get it. That's cool, but I didn't know that going into it. I thought it was going to be like a new adventure or whatever.
Oh no, yeah, because it's just an adaptation of the Darth Vader stuff, right?
Essentially,
yeah.
So far, that's what it's been.
Yeah. I think that's just what it was designed to be.
It expands more than what we get here because it's obviously from Aphra's perspective. But yes, I would say that it's good. I would just say, it it's cool. And I will say this, and I'm going to curse, so heads up if you have sensitivity. I think this is the first canonical use of the word asshole.
All right.
I can't think. I think Poe might come close. I think he says something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if
that's weird because you can. It's Star Wars is one of those where you can just always make up a word, and that's the slang for
right.
For that
your exhaust
curse word. You
word.
don't
Exhaust
have to say
word
it.
is the one that we always use.
Yeah, you don't have to say that, but it's fine.
Yeah, no, I don't mind it because I think it's one of my favorite curse words because it's such a funny one.
Yeah, I'm sure they were just like, oh, well, Star Trek can drop the F-bomb now. We're going to do whatever we want to.
Don't type in Star Wars asshole on Google.
Oh, yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, it turns out, Brian, it was.
Yeah.
But yeah. But look at the pinks. Now, I get it. It's Vader's ship. But instead of going hard red, it goes more pink, and I think it looks great.
Yeah.
Looks fantastic. Oh, poor Vader.
Yeah.
You know what?
Poor Vader.
But yeah, exactly. Here's that nitpicking Star Wars brain. But I look at this, and I'm like, how did the Force not tell you? How'd the Force not tell you? Like,
wasn't he dropping out of hyperspace though?
Sure, but still, I mean, it's the Force.
I don't know. I guess. I mean, I'm sure that there's been instances where you get it through hyperspace, but I would certainly no prize it as well. You can't. I mean, if you're flying so fast, you're not gonna be able to pick anything up. But I'm sure there's some Star Wars thing.
I don't think that the Force works like a physical radar. You know, like I think that you can. I mean, there's definitely it's more like Spidey sense, where like you sense that something's about to happen.
Oh, really?
That's how I always felt it.
I don't know. What's an example of that in the movie? I mean, I know there's definitely like Alderaan explodes and Ben can feel it and stuff, but that seems like it's awfully big. Like that's definitely going to be something huge that's going to transcend, space. But I don't know if it ever being like
Luke being able to like interact from. On a
right
crate.
where he can like where he talks to Vader in Empire, sure, but I don't like that wasn't.
No, I mean like in Last Jedi, and I feel like that's I don't know. I feel like
I don't. Unless it's a vision, I don't know if it's something that you could see, like you could see the future all the time. But I don't know. I mean, it's the Force. Who knows? It's all
especially with like family stuff, because there's constantly like Leia feels Luke. You're granted they're on the same planet, but
I was gonna say he instantly knows that Luke's on the planet because
when Han dies and Force Awakens and Leia senses that
Well, again, I think that's a big enough thing that I think it's a. But again, I don't think it was seeing the future though.
No, I don't know. I just feel like Vader's Spidey sense would have gone off like. Oh, maybe I shouldn't land right here.
Well, and then the other option is that, I mean, whatever, it's 30 X-Wings, whatever, you can take that out.
Yes.
Sweat.
Right, but Vader doesn't seem like a guy that gets caught off guard too often.
Yeah.
And he is caught off guard here.
That's true. But he's also got a pretty singular focus right now. He's looking for Luke, fair. So maybe he's not feeling...
And he did find Luke. So maybe that was another thing too. Yeah. He senses Luke and he finds him and he's like, oh, but I didn't think that there'd be 30 X-Wings nearby.
Yeah, and again, I mean, that might just not be enough of a threat to even set his Spidey scent off, because he tears through these guys pretty easily.
Sure.
I do love it because it's very like, oh yeah, this guy's Anakin Skywalker. He can fly a ship real good.
Yep. It is cool.
Yeah.
Poor Aphra.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Vader suspects that she,
Right, but I mean, poor Aphra, that's her status this whole entire... until she gets out of Darth Vader into her own comic book. That's pretty much her whole status.
What do you think of Mike Deodato's Aphra?
She looks good. I mean...
I think she's a little too clean and perfect. I don't know, for lack of a better term. But the character also I don't think was... Kev Walker, I think, has drawn my favorite Aphra.
Yeah.
I feel like that to me feels like Aphra, where she's like statuesque here, and she's like a bombshell, but she's not like cheesecake.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But I mean,
the character wasn't defined at this point.
I was gonna say she was created by Salvador Larroca, right? So,
Right,
I mean,
and only at this point, by the time Deodato's working on this, she's barely shown up in the comics. So
yeah, I was gonna say probably Salvador Larroca is the only other person who's drawn her.
Yeah, I certainly don't fault anything here. I just not hashtag
I get what you're
not
saying.
my
Yeah.
Afra.
Right, Kev Walker does give her a little more personality.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Kev Walker. I mean, talk about a great artist.
Yeah, yeah.
Who they were not using artists like that at this time.
Right.
Because they weren't into fun. They were just using amazing artists like John Cassaday and Salvador Larroca.
Right, I was gonna say, I don't know that.
Alex Maleev.
Did Kev Walker ever do the regular series?
No.
Yeah, I don't think they would put him on the regular series because I think you have to.
I think things are lightening up a little bit.
But there's so much like licensing and stuff that he's got a particular style that doesn't look like. When he draws Han Solo, it's not really going to look like Han Solo.
Sure. Yeah.
Or at least not like Harrison Ford.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure it'll look like Han Solo. Just like I said, it won't be like Al Williamson drawing Harrison Ford.
Right. Or Deodato drawing Harrison Ford.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. This is a good dogfight. I mean, it's Vader destroying a bunch of X-Wings. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Luke breaks formation, and they crash into each other, which, I mean, that seems like it would destroy both of them, but
meh.
It's okay. I don't care.
I mean, at least,
fine.
like, it's not like it's Fast and the Furious or something. They don't explode on impact. I mean, they hit and they crash, but it's, I mean,
yeah.
If two planes hit, they're not necessarily going to completely disintegrate.
Yeah. Do you like when Vader says a pilot worth killing?
Mm-hmm.
Just seems like Vader he still wouldn't acknowledge that he's like, then again, there's a precedent. Impressive, most impressive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Luke has definitely got whatever kind of piloting skills Anakin had, so
Yeah.
just the natural ability to fly like that, so.
We haven't seen Leia in a fighter at this point yet. We're about to.
Yeah.
But not yet.
Nope.
That's the Greg Rucka miniseries. We found out that the Fall of the Empire, whatever it's called. Remember when she goes to Naboo and she rides and those things?
Well, I mean, they did it in Dark Horse, though.
Oh, they did that, yeah, all the time. Yeah. But
you mean in the new canon, sure.
Yeah, just the layouts here are so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I like these sleazy 1970s mustaches.
Yeah.
All right, the dead bodies floating in space. That's a lot of R2 units that are not broken.
Yeah, well, R2's not destroyed when he crashes into the TIE fighter either.
That's true. I mean, those astromech droids, they're not like protocol. Protocol droids get beat up all the time.
Yeah.
Astromech droids, you never see them falling apart.
Right, yeah, these are, I mean, super clean and they look fine. You're going to be able to retrieve those guys pretty easy.
That's an impressive base they have on Double V.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I wonder if surely it had to have been something prior to that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the Rebels would have time to build like those buildings and whatnot.
Yeah, it kind of sort of looks a little like a factory maybe, so that's probably something to that effect.
What's a bummer is that these are like the best ground troops that the Rebels have, and they're going to lose all of them.
Yep, they're all dead.
Yep, no such luck. Princess Leia is rocking her classic outfit. Slight variation.
I mean, she's got a dress on, but it's somewhere in between kind of what John Cassaday and Stuart Emman were doing, and then the kind of dress.
But the buns.
She's got the buns for sure, and she's got that kind of those shoulder things that Stuart Emman was using them for sure.
Buns are a little too high, maybe, but it's still fine.
Right.
I have no problem with it. Poor Han, just all right. I guess we're gonna have to go.
Well, he is like, screw that. I'm not going. That's not going anywhere. Then until she's like, oh, Rogan Vrass is like, oh, well, that's where Lucas is. So he's like, oh, if Luke's there, I'll go.
Yeah, I do like that element.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, if it had just been Wedge or somebody, he'd probably like whatever.
that is not what the console of the Millennium Falcon looks like.
What's it?
They don't have steering wheels.
Yeah, that's true. that actually is very weird. I didn't really notice that, but yeah, that is strange.
It's too big, too open.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. Whatever.
Maybe that's the one they had in between Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. And,
I mean, we've lived through Carmine Infantino and stuff. So
right.
I can give him a little slide on this. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. It's dark.
Like even in the panel, the big half splash below that, the Millennium Falcon looks too thin.
A little squished, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah. I like that Archangel.
Yep. I just read today. I read Dr. Aphra 1 and 2 because 2 came out this week. She's up to Archangel 3 now.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Has Lady Tag made more of an appearance?
No, she's mentioned in number 1, and Ronan Tag is one of the big bad guys, but Domina was not in it.
Man, surely, right?
You would think, since they name dropped her.
Yeah.
But just getting off on a tangent, but Ronan Tags, what his deal is, he likes to collect like rare things and then disintegrate them. He likes to be the last person who's ever touched them.
Oh, I don't like that. But
Yeah,
that's going to be a good villain for Afro, though.
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah, that's
perfect. He's Indiana Jones's worst nightmare. So of course he's a perfect villain for Dr.
Yeah, that's
Aphra.
great. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Oh boy. All right, now it gets to the good stuff when Vader lands. Takes out those horrible Y-wings.
Chunks those rocks at those Y-wings and just destroys them. Walks away Iron Man style with them exploding in the background.
Exactly. let me throw this at you. I know you're gonna hate it, but just bear with me.
Okay.
Darth Vader and the cape are necessary, but just once wouldn't it have been kind of cool if like Vader had to lose the cape and he's just like capeless.
He doesn't look good without a cape. Like, I would be cool if the cape was like tattered some, but he always looks weird to me when he's like, even the action figure when you take the cape off.
Yeah,
it just looks weird.
I know, but I kind of want to see it.
I mean, surely we're going to read enough Darth Vader comic books that at some point he's going to lose the cape.
I'm gonna make this bet right now. Darth Vader will never lose the cape.
I was gonna say, I bet he doesn't though, because like I said, he looks really weird without the cape.
I want to see it. Oh, I want to see it so bad. Do you think Lucasfilm would just say no?
Probably, because even remember in Legacy when what's her name Aslan gets the suit, she doesn't have the cape, and that's probably why that suit looks so horrible.
I don't think it looks horrible. I just want to see like. I just want to see it once.
Right, horrible is a strong word, especially on Darth Vader's suit. I mean, it's still pretty cool, but it's going to look weird without a cape.
Because the head's too big? Or maybe. It's just the opposite of what we're used to?
Yeah, I think it was just so...
It's jarring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. Get rid of those Y-Wings. Attaboy, Vader.
He certainly did.
Luke! He planned on going to this Jedi temple previously, right?
Yeah, I think that's why Luke is here.
Okay.
Because he's still obviously searching for Jedi artifacts so he can figure out how to be a Jedi.
Yeah.
I think it just...
It's way too coincidental if he just...
yeah, I think it's just coincidence that there's a rebel base on it.
Vader's going to be pretty annoyed when he notices that, we've never been to this one. Because you'd like to think that Vader has, like, a pretty firm, like, database of, like, all the Jedi temples.
Well, it is ruined already, so...
Sure, but, you know...
There might be cool stuff down in there.
There's still stuff, and Luke's there, even though it's ruined.
Yeah, but what does Luke know?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, Ezra and Kanan find that sweet one on Lothal that's fully intact.
Yeah. I mean, Vader's able to sense there's a Jedi temple.
Yeah.
I do like the Luke looks off into the distance and sees the Y-wing exploding, and he's like, "Well, I guess Vader's okay."
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You are surrounded, and then you get that double page spread. All I am surrounded by is fear and dead men.
Oh, that's such a cool line. Good
What do you
job,
think? You think
Anakin.
Jason Aaron or Kieron? It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell because Kieron Gillen's pretty good at Darth Vader lines, but I don't
Yeah.
know. That feels a little more like a Jason Aaron.
There's a little, yeah. There's some
Like-
moments where I'm like, that feels Jason Aaron-y to me, and what was the other one? I think the crash, like when they crash into each other, that just seems a little heavy metal.
Yeah.
It feels Jason Aaron-y, but it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, for sure. But I could definitely see like Conan or
Yeah.
even Thor saying this kind of a
Like
line.
a Ghost Rider kind of comment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a little bit of a tatter on Vader's cape, but he still looks great with it.
Yeah.
Man, there's so much crap that Rebel soldiers have to carry.
Right.
It's not going to do them any good.
Nope.
I can't remember how Vader kills all these guys. I mean, I know we're going to find out, but
Right.
yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be cool.
Want to talk about some variants?
Sure.
Got a lot. All right, pulling them up. Here we go. We got the Vader Down cover. Familiar with that one? By Mark Brooks. Then we get Clayman,
Nice.
which I didn't think Clayman. I guess he might still be doing some Marvel stuff, but he seems more like a DC guy now.
He definitely is now, but I mean, he used to be an X-Men artist. So.
That's right, yeah. We got a John Tyler Christopher action figure variant. And your comic shop could add their own logo, apparently, to that one.
You got to order a ton of them to do that, though.
I bet. We got Wonder World Comics, which is another John Tyler Christopher action figure. Terry Dotson doing Vader and the kids. That's
That's
for...
one. That's one that I've got. Yeah, it's a Dynamic Forces or whatever.
CBLDF.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah. R.I.P. CB. I know it's still
Yeah,
around.
because I actually just bought that not too long ago, like right before all that went down. I was like, oh.
We got Pepe Larraz doing an amazing cover. Dude, talk about a freaking heck of a career. Pepe Larraz, like, doing the X-Men and now doing, like, he did, like, that first issue of Empire. And it's just like, that guy's got the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah.
This is I can't
Which one
tell.
is it?
Asia Pop. Comic Cave exclusive.
Like I just pulled up the Google images.
It's Vader. He's crashed, and Luke has his lightsaber ignited. You just see Luke's hand and the ignited lightsaber in the foreground, and Vader's in the background.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah. There's so many of them. I was like, I don't even see that one. I see so many different variants.
Is this J.D. Jones? J.G. Jones? No. It's Joel Jones, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Joel Jones. I just said Jones. I was trying to like go through my head of like all the Joneses. It's Leia, and she's got R2 and 3PO on one side. And, yeah, it's definitely Joel Jones.
Yeah.
And then there's Clay Mann doing the exact same position. That's so weird. But it's a different Leia. Man, that's weird. So much so that I don't think R2, Afra, and 3PO change. I think, I don't know. I'll have to have. Are you looking at this?
I mean, like you said, I've got them all pulled up, but I don't know who is who. They're small.
There's one, and it's the same like image of Leia, and one's drawn by.
I see the Joel Jones one.
Okay, and then there's one right by it that is Clay Mann, and it's Leia, but like everything else in the image is still. I would say it's probably drawn by Deodato.
Let me type in Clayman. I'm clicking into my search.
You just gotta go to the old Wikipedia.
Oh, you're looking at Wikipedia.
Vader Down page. We got Alex Maleev. It's just Darth Vader. It looks cool. It's a Disney Store variant.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Fried pie variant, and it is done by
Chris Anka.
Yes, Chris Anka. Yeah.
I think it might be the only one he's ever done because he doesn't like Star Wars.
Yeah. Another Alex Maleev Vader cover. I can't tell. It's a Hot Topic variant.
Okay.
Did you go to Hot Topic to get your Vader Down? I didn't know Hot Topic sold comics.
No, I think they did for a while. At this point in time, I think everybody was doing variants because remember Hastings did variants. I'm sure one of these is a Hastings variant. I think I have one.
This is the Jackson variant. I'm pretty sure that's Chip Zdarsky, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's the Empire Strikes Back, but instead of Luke, it's Jackson. We got Tony Harris variant. Wow, for Newberry Comics. It's got Vader and Han, and it's just Tony Harris doing amazing pictures of Star Wars stuff.
Sweet.
We got Mike Mayhew, and very much a Revenge of the Jedi-esque poster from Comic-Con box, whatever that is.
Yeah, who knows?
We got Phil Noto, and it's the
Nice.
A New Hope poster, but where Luke is on the original poster, it's Vader. Where Leia is on the original poster, it's Aphra. And
Sweet.
the murder droids, and instead of a big Darth Vader helmet in the background, it's Luke's face.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see. We got Mike McCone. And I don't know if this is a great one, because Vader's helmet looks a little too small.
All right.
But yeah, it's Vader. My goodness, it's still coming here. Saya Ohm.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a Northeast Comic Con variant. So there you go. My gosh. I don't know who does this one. This is El Capitan Theater. I don't know who did this. It's not listed.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I have it written. Todd Knock.
Oh, okay.
Then we got the Scholastic Reading Club variant. This is getting silly. Emma Lupacino.
Okay.
It's very Star Warsy image. It's all variants of Luke, Leia, Han, and Vader and stuff. Comic book variant cover. That's all it is. This is another Sia Ohm. She got to do 2. This one is for Comic Block. I don't know what Comic Block is.
Yeah, who knows? I'm sure there are all kinds of like loot crate type places that are all gone out of line.
That was very much a thing around this time period. GameStop variant, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
By Francisco Francavilla, which he's a big name. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is this a different El Capitan? Because this one's by Deodato.
By Deodato, yeah, another El Capitan theater. We don't have El Capitan theaters.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, it's like an Alamo.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. Dynamic Forces by Olivier Coipel. This might have been. No. Okay, it was a big deal when Coipel went to DC for a little bit. So he was still very much at Marvel at the time, but still,
I'm sure
it's awesome looking. M&M Comics. What is M&M Comics? It's not the candy, but
no, it's not the candy, but it is a Dave Dorman cover.
Yeah, so Dave Dorman, he's a classic. And finally,
I was gonna say, speaking of Loot Crate
and Dave Dorman, it's a Loot Crate Dave Dorman variant.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow, that is a lot of variants.
Yeah, but a lot of these, like you said, are like the actual stores or whatever commission them rather than necessarily Marvel.
And still though, that all that means is they sold a ton of this comic.
Yeah, I think you've got to order like 1,000 before you can even get your name on them, not much less commission your own
Commission your
actual
own,
cover.
yeah. So El Capitan Theater probably gave them out to everybody that bought a Star Wars ticket or
Oh,
something.
sure. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
because like you said, Force Awakens was about to come out, so
Yeah, and you knew that you were about to,
yeah.
you know, I'm sure like you were able to, if you buy your movie ticket and pay $10 more, you get a free popcorn and a comic book and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Yeah,
Yep.
which is a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even when I saw Force Awakens, I got something from Cinemark, some kind of little like trading cards or something like that.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do this unhealthy deep dive. What is the most expensive Vader Down comic that has been sold recently on
Okay.
eBay? All right, let's go to sold items and highest price. It is Marvel Star Wars Vader Down #1 Chip Zdarsky sketch, black and white variant,
Yeah.
1 in 4,999.
Wow. Can you
Sold
imagine
for
ordering being
s-
able
oh,
being able to order 5,000 of these things and probably sell at least half of that? It's crazy.
well, it's about to get a lot more sillier because someone paid $1,600 for it.
Sure. That's got to be obviously the most rare of those comics.
I guess so. There's a $500 went to someone who bought the Todd Knock comic, and they are specifying that it was unsigned. So
Okay.
that must mean that most of them were signed. And finally, oh hey, his name's been in the news recently. A graded sketch variant with a Yoda sketch by Jay Lee.
Cool.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, because that's one we didn't mention. I'm sure there were blank covers of these too.
Oh yeah, I see one that someone drew a Mara Jade. Who drew this? It's never a good thing when you look at the title of the auction and they don't mention the artist.
Right.
It's always like,
It's gotta be.
it's
Yeah,
like
just
some no name.
somebody who might be good, but definitely not. And
They're
then,
not published or yeah. I've seen a few of those. Yeah, boy. So a lot of them sold. So there you go. Is this comic series in both this hardcover and the second volume of the Star Wars hardcover?
I don't remember.
Because it feels like you would just give it to one. And
It
not
seems like it
both.
was just one, but I don't know. I don't. My shelves are up, but they're not. I gotta wait for them to dry. So next time we do a record, I'll have my stuff right next to me so I can pull it out. But I don't have it.
I know it's in both the omnibuses.
Yeah.
So
It seems to think like it. I think it wasn't in both the hardcovers.
yeah,
Like I think maybe they skipped it in Star Wars.
it's a little bit more fitting for Vader.
Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously.
His name's in the title.
Right.
All right, well, that's going to wrap this one up. Make sure you join us next week as we continue Empire Strikes Back and all the other
Yeah.
fun, exciting comics and whatever the heck Legacy's got for us.
And we'll start a new series with the Dark Horse stuff, like some droids or something, right?
Yeah, probably.
That's what it is.
let me see what it is. I am curious if it's the droids. It's
I
the
think it's-
droids.
I was gonna say, I think
Season of Revolt.
Like 4 issues of droids and then a Boba Fett comic book.
No, Empire's
there something in
End,
between?
then the Boba
Oh
Fett
yeah, I
thing.
forgot we're gonna do Empire's End.
Yeah, we gotta see how the Empire ends.
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna wrap it up for this week of Star Wars Comics Daily. From Star Wars Comics Daily, I'm Matt Wood,
And I'm Brian Keown.
and until next week, may the Force be with you.